Hi, I'm Pastor Earl, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about what to expect when you come to our in-person worship services during this time of COVID. There's an awful lot of changes and things that we've thought through to try to keep you as safe as possible. The list is long, and so let me go over some of this with you. First of all, we're following all the CDC guidelines and all of the Health Department of Maryland and Anne Arundel County, but we're also treating COVID as if it is airborne in ways that haven't really been verified yet, just as a way of trying to take the appropriate precautions. Now, normally you would be coming in our doors here, but let me tell you that as we've thought through this, it makes a lot more sense for us to actually come into the corner door over here by the office. As we do that, we're able to get out of the weather and line people up in the hallway for some of the protocols that we've got going on. Keeps you from getting rained on, or if it's hot or cold, and all those other kind of things. Masks are going to be required the entire time that you're in the building. Now, I won't be wearing a mask today because I'm the only one here and trying to make sure that you understand these as much as possible. But masks are required the entire time you're in the building. There aren't any exceptions. And if you can't wear a mask, online worship continues to be available to you. If you've forgotten your mask when you get here, we'll make sure that you've got one. Please maintain social distancing at all times. The Sunday school rooms, the fellowship hall, and other parts of the building kitchen are not open. They are not available for use. There are 2 bathrooms that are available for people to use. They are the ones that are the closest to the parking lot, and only 1 person at a time in those bathrooms, please. Let's go on inside and let you see what's happening in there. So I know you're not used to coming in this way, but again, this is the way that we're going to be coming into the church for worship so that we're able to use this hallway to keep you out of the weather. So once you come in, immediately what you'll do is you'll make a U-turn to the right and come down the hallway. Now, as you're coming in to this worship space, we ask that you maintain social distancing. You're going to be coming to a station where you can hand sanitize, where someone will help you sign in. The sign-ins are there for contact tracing. If someone comes down with COVID and has been in our worship service, we want to be able to contact everyone who was here. You may sign in using a pen or paper or giving some information to the person who's helping you with that, or we even have a text sign-in where you would text your name to 443-478 3275, and that way you don't have to have any contact with anyone as you sign in. Sign-ins are required for everyone who comes into the worship service. Do know this, that there is a capacity that we have for how many people can attend worship. And if for some reason you get here and we have already reached capacity, we're going to ask you to go home. After you've gone through all the sign-in process, you'll be coming down the hallway because we're going to be going into one door into the sanctuary, the one that's furthest from the parking lot. But before you get there, you'll be able to stop and pick up the communion elements. They're all contained here, bread and wine together, and take them to your seat. Once we're in the sanctuary, you're not going to be moving from your seat, and we'll be taking communion from your seat using these elements. So then we go into the sanctuary where we'll be ushered to our seats. You are going to be ushered to a seat. It won't be the seat that you're familiar with. It's going to be a different place. As you can see around here, people are able to sit in every other pew. Some are designated for families, some are designated for single people. We're doing all of this to keep the social distancing possible. Households may sit together, otherwise seating is to promote social distancing. Again, we're just going to have to get used to sitting in a different place. We're going to fill up in one direction only. And so that means if you get here at a certain time, you'll be sitting in the front, or a certain time you'll be seated in the back. I frankly don't know which way it's going to go to start with. Worship is going to feel awkward and uncomfortable in a lot of ways. Some of it's going to be new, some of it's familiar, but it all will feel a little bit different. You'll be remaining in your seat the entire time. We're probably not going to do the stand-up, sit-down Lutheran calisthenics that we often do. We encourage you to remain seated for the entire service. We will not be singing. Words will be printed on the screen available for you to see, but we will not be singing. You may speak the liturgy responses that's displayed on the screen, but please do so without projecting your voice. Do it quietly so that the aerosols that we all produce are limited. Prayer candles will already be lit. You won't be able to light a candle, but from your seat you may choose a candle that you use to focus your prayers on. Please keep your masks on. You may remove them only when instructed to for communion, and then put them back on immediately after receiving the body and blood of Christ. If you need to remove a mask for any reason, please get up and go outside of the building to do that. At the end of worship, you're going to be ushered out so that, again, we're not passing people in the pews and doing all those kind of things. We're all going to be exiting out this door toward the parking lot. This is the door that's in the front of the sanctuary by the piano on the parking lot side. We're all going to be going out that door. If you decide that you want to socialize outside, please do so in the parking lot, remaining socially distant. Don't clog up the sidewalks, and also don't block traffic from people who are trying to get home. Now, in all of our discussion of this, we've probably forgotten something. We consider our first Sunday worship service, in person worshiping together on October 4th, as a trial run, as a dry run of all of this, to help us see exactly where the hiccups are before we start inviting the community into our worship services. Thank you for viewing this video. We hope to see you soon.